If you have been taking Ozempic for weight loss, what happens to the weight?
At last, someone's come out and they're not just glorifying this weight loss injection. Now, don't get me wrong, Ozempic will help you lose weight, but what happens after? If you look at the data, people gain most of the weight back, if not more. Now, I work with several clients who have come to me during taking Ozempic and like, I just can't lose any more weight. Go, yeah, that's because you're practically starving yourself because you've got no hunger and your body is just down-regulated its metabolism. Or people have come to me after and they're like, oh, I've lost all this weight but I gained it all back, and oh, do I go back on the medication? I say no, because when people take this medication, it does fuck up your metabolism. It gives you horrendous side effects, and it makes my job as an online coach twice as hard, because then I've got to reverse diet people out and I've actually got to get them to gain weight in order for them to lose body fat, and that's harder than just doing a fat loss diet in the first place.
Health Boss, did you know that there's an ingredient in the drug Ozempic called berberine? Now, ordinarily, berberine is sourced from something called barberries. Now, the media is fixating on the potential weight loss benefits of this drug. And while the drug does contain berberine, it has other chemical ingredients that also contribute to the weight loss. What the media should be saying is that berberine is actually nature's metformin. What the media should be saying is that berberine is nature's metformin. If you're not familiar, metformin is a drug for diabetics. And the benefits of berberine, barberry are so astounding that even doctors are getting off the drug. See, berberine is amazing because it has a multitude of health benefits, one of which is it helps to eliminate arterial plaque. Now, barberry root or barberry root extract is the most concentrated form of berberine. And if you or a loved one is struggling with diabetes, you definitely want to explore it. Now, if you eat the actual berries, all you need is half a teaspoon 3 times a day and you're good to go. Other people like to take the capsules or an extract. You just need to follow the instructions on that package. Berberine is a time-tested natural remedy that's been around for over 5,000 years. So if you're looking to get off of metformin, any prescription drug, talk to your doctor about berberine. We have barberries, we have berberine capsules, and we have barberry root extract. Come get some. Health Boss.
Is Oprah Winfrey on Ozempic? Let's talk about the telltale signs that somebody's been on Ozempic. First off, by comparison, somebody you're used to seeing it as a bigger, fuller body, their head matched that body, but now her head looks bigger than her body. And I'm not saying her head really is bigger than her body. I'm just saying you're not used to seeing her like this, with this head, with this body. Next is something you may have heard of, Ozempic face, where the face looks a little bit more gaunt, not terribly gaunt, but again, it's not Ozempic specifically that makes your face look more gaunt. It's just weight loss in general. Third, you're seeing somebody's slender body like you have never seen it before. So, is Oprah on Ozempic? Let us know in the comments.
Ozempic Secrets, Dr. Barrett. Travis Scott recently dissed Kylie Jenner in his new song regarding Ozempic. I will quote you. Here are his lyrics. He says, "She doing Ozempic, trying to be different, trying to be a new woman. That shit look iffy, need her thick, needed her to move something, like it proved something. Just don't you remove nothing." So there's a lot of speculation about Kylie being on Ozempic and going from this photo right here to another photo. Here's Kylie more recently at an award ceremony. You can see that she has dramatically slimmed down her look. Now, we don't know exactly what she's doing, but you can see that her waist is much more narrow right here. Her hips are a little more narrow. She has a great body, has previously admitted to implants, so that hasn't changed very much, and that makes sense. And they're speculating that she's on Ozempic, and Ozempic works by decreasing your appetite, and people lose anywhere from about 35 to 40 pounds over a 6-month period. And so that could go in line with what she's experiencing and what she's visually demonstrating to the world. What do you guys think? Do you think she's doing diet and exercise, finding other ways to lose weight, or do you think she's doing an injectable like Ozempic or Mounjaro? Let me know.
These medications have a dirty little secret that nobody's gonna tell you.
Oh, do tell us. What's the secret?
So these things are being called like some kind of miracle because it seems like when you take it, you lose weight and you get healthier.
That's because you do lose weight and get healthier.
The first one is that these actually increase nausea. The way that they reduce your appetite is by making you sick to your stomach.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there. They don't work by increasing nausea. They work by increasing satiety. And they do this in 2 different ways. 1, they slow down gastric emptying, and 2, they work directly on receptors in the brain.
And for a lot of people, when they take them, that's terrible enough that they stop taking it because they feel so horrible.
No. When these meds are prescribed appropriately by someone who knows what they're doing, they rarely have to be discontinued for side effects.
Second mechanism, and this is the really crazy part, is that these things actually increase the number of fat cells that your body has. So think about it like this. Think about your fat cells as if they were a bunch of balloons.
I love the balloon analogy. It's super cute, but again, no. You are pointing out a study where increased fat cell production was seen in test tubes. We are not test tubes, so we do not know that this definitely happens in humans. But even if you're right, you're not proving the point that you think you're proving. Our fat tissue, or adipose tissue, is a dynamic endocrine organ, and its ability to expand its subcutaneous fat is actually a good thing. Our subcutaneous fat can expand in 2 ways. One is hypertrophy, where the cell just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is not so healthy for us because it is correlated with dyslipidemia and insulin resistance. And the second method is hyperplasia, where new fat cells are made. And this has positive effects on lipid metabolism and insulin sensitivity and seems to be healthy for us. So if this is happening, that's actually a good thing.
I'm drinking Ozempic every day and it's not working.
I take Ozempic.
Yeah, how's it going?
Good. I'm down 35 pounds.
Did you forget to eat?
Yeah.
Is it weird?
No.
It just seems weird.
Did you take it?
No. How dare you?
So you heard about Ozempic. Maybe you're on it, or maybe you want to try it. Either or, maybe you just want some more information. Don't worry, I got you. I've been on Ozempic for just about a year, and I'm here to give you some information about it. I already had a part 1, kind of an intro, part 2 talking about dosage, and I'm going to kind of give a rundown about some do's and don'ts that I've experienced, some things that I've noticed that might help you along your journey, and kind of go from there. Just a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm not anyone in the medical field. I'm just a random person that started this and experienced it and figured I'd share it, start a little bit of a series, because when I started looking at this, I searched TikTok, I searched online, I did my research, and there was some very helpful videos out there that really gave me some more information about injection sites and just kind of just information in general that really helped me ease my mind, because of course a new medication always kind of makes us kind of freak out a little bit. Number one thing I can tell you, drink your water. This medication, it absolutely dries you out from the inside out. Your skin's dry, your insides are dry, and it just dehydrates you if you do not get your amount of water that you need, like 2 to 3 liters at least. And you'll be able to notice, because actually a lot of people reported this because I talked to my doctor about it, the smell of your pee, it is potent as shit whenever you're dehydrated, because your body goes, help, it smells like industrial cleaner. It's not a fun time. So do your best to drink your water. Sometimes you do forget to eat because it slows your GI tract down and naturally suppresses your appetite, and your portions go down because you're just not thinking about food. So that's where the weight loss comes from. Don't do that. You need to eat to fuel your body. It's not healthy to not eat at all. If you're prone to that, try investing in like protein shakes or, snacks in the fridge. I love the Core Power protein shakes. It has 26 grams of protein in them. They're fantastic for on the go. Taste like milkshakes. So I love those. Make sure you set an alarm for when your shot is due. And always try to put your alcohol swab on there, just because sometimes you need a little cleaning. Also, don't use the same needle, because the second time you put it in your body, it's dull, and that's when you start to bruise. You think you want to save needles because I know they're expensive, but just don't. Just use a different one every time. You'll have no problems, especially if you're afraid of needles and you're afraid if it's going to hurt. It doesn't hurt, but if you continue to use the same needle over and over again, then it does get dull, and then it does hurt and it does bruise. Over the next couple of videos, I'm going to start talking about my before and afters, kind of where I am at now, and anything else that you might want to know.
So Ozempic, if you wanna ditch 10 kilos in 2-3 weeks, get some of this. However, if you want to put it back on 6 months later, even earlier, times 30 kilos, then go ahead. And also if you want to, wreck your thyroid, take it. If you want to, decrease your testosterone, your muscle mass, basically screw up your body, go ahead, take it. Ozempic, pretty crazy. I can't believe people are opting to take this. A lot of people are injecting this to lose weight. Pretty insane. Stay away from Ozempic. Nasty.
To share with you girls what I found out about Ozempic. So when it first came out, I was very curious about it, and so I asked my board certified doctors and medical advisors that helped me on my journey with my brand about what they think about it, or just what's the deal here. And so they broke it down to me, and what I learned was shocking, and I think that it's so important that people know. Now, if you're on Ozempic for medical reasons, this does not obtain to you. If you're using Ozempic for weight loss, I would definitely think twice about it. What I learned is that Ozempic causes your body to pee out the fat, which sounds amazing. But not only did they tell me that you pee out the fat, you also pee out proteins, which is what our hair health, our brain, our muscle composition is all built around. So it really causes your body to just get rid of all the nutrients inside. You can't just target the fat, but you also lose all of the protein, which means muscle mass, hair, brain health. So it's really hard on the body, and it causes the body to age very fast, very drastically.
One complication that's getting a lot of headlines in the news for
That's how easy it was for me to get Ozempic. It's likely you've been hearing a lot about Ozempic lately. It's hailed as the miracle drug of the moment for weight loss, even though it was originally intended for type 2 diabetes, and I was able to get it by filling out an online form. Here's how I did it. After answering a few dozen health-related questions online, I was approved for Ozempic. At no point did I speak on the phone or have a video consult with a doctor or nurse practitioner. I'll enter my real height, and I'll enter my real weight. It says my BMI is too low to be a good match for this weight loss program, but it suggests that if I made an error, I can review this information. How about I just enter the weight that they suggest? And now I can continue. Doctors and experts I spoke to expressed concerns that this isn't healthcare at all. It's a business service. One eating disorder expert I spoke to said they were alarmed at how easy it was to get this medication and said people may try to take advantage. I exchanged a couple of messages with a nurse practitioner who asked me to upload a recent photo of myself. I uploaded this photo and was approved minutes later. The online telehealth company provided written instructions on how to use the drug and listed side effects and warnings. I haven't heard from the company since.
Alright, Ozempic update. I'm getting off of it. Today I went in for my shot and I told them that my side effects have not improved and they've actually gotten really, really bad. Like, I'll drink water and just like immediately have to throw it up. So I'm like, I can't put down salad, food, or like pretty much anything. At first it was just alcohol, but now it's literally everything across the board. So I'm no longer going to be taking Ozempic. I did 4, 5, 7 weeks on it. I lost about 20 pounds. I'm happy with that. I'm not going to look at any other weight loss option. It was a fun experience, but yeah, definitely not for me. Side effects were way too crazy. I know some people don't even get side effects, which is crazy too. Like, my friend got it and she didn't experience anything, so that's just how my body handled it, and they said that if I continue to do it, that I could land myself in the hospital. So we ain't gonna play with that.
Ozempic, well, let's stay on that, to lose 5 pounds. How do you feel about that?
It's not what its intended use is. Why that's dangerous is because when a medicine is studied by this evil pharma that we're talking about, it's studied in a certain population, people who have type 2 diabetes, who are overweight or have high blood pressure. So when you're taking it as someone who doesn't have any of these diagnoses and you take it, how do I know that the risks you're facing are going to be what the ones that we found in the research when we didn't test it on people like you? It's the same reason why we suck at treating women's heart disease, because we never did research on women's heart disease. So when a female patient comes in and says, oh, I have a little acid reflux, maybe a little arm pain, we discount it and they're having a heart attack because our initial research was not done on women. It was done on men who said, I have an elephant sitting on my chest. This is how I describe it. And that's how our common knowledge is of heart disease. And therefore we miss all these heart attacks in women.
I honestly regret telling anyone that I ever took Ozempic, and I'm just going to be extremely honest with you right now. I have never been ashamed of taking Ozempic, and anyone taking Ozempic should never ever be ashamed of their medical decisions. That's between you and your doctor. While it has been amazing trying to break down the stigma around taking medications for weight loss and things like polycystic ovarian syndrome, it's also been extremely invalidating, and I'll tell you why. All of my hard work with weight loss, I've lost 100 pounds in the last 3.5 years. All of that is discounted because I took a medication for 10 months. Many people don't know my full story. Many people don't know how hard I've worked. All they hear is Ozempic and they discount anything that I say after that. And honestly, I don't blame people or celebrities for not disclosing that they're taking Ozempic. Do I think that you should be honest? Absolutely, but you also don't owe anyone anything. You're attacked for taking Ozempic and disclosing it, and you're also attacked for taking Ozempic and not disclosing it. I've been overweight or fat since I was a child, and nothing I could do would ever help me lose weight like normal people. And it wasn't until I was diagnosed with insulin-resistant polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is PCOS, in 2015 that I understood why I could not lose weight properly. Many women with insulin-resistant PCOS are treated with drugs used to treat diabetes. Because our bodies can't process insulin properly, we are often developing type 2 diabetes by the time we turn 40. Drugs like Ozempic can be extremely preventative and help you lose the weight before you develop diabetes. And with PCOS, you actually have to eat 400 to 500 less calories per day than the average woman. That makes your calorie consumption much smaller, making it extremely hard to lose weight even with a professional helping you. And also many women with PCOS have binge eating disorder, which is also common in ADHD, which I advocate for. Many women cannot lose weight without something like Ozempic or semaglutide because their bodies just store fat through no fault of their own. I didn't even know Ozempic was a thing until maybe a year ago, and when I started my weight loss journey, it was in 2020 in June, and this is how I started. I was 280 something pounds. I lost 70 pounds of my own and I got down to 209 pounds, and at that point my doctor said, hey, have you heard of Ozempic? It might really help you because you have PCOS. Keep in mind, I lost 70 pounds of my own through a calorie deficit. And this is to not discount anyone who has only taken Ozempic or has only lost weight taking a medication, but I did 70 pounds of my own, so I know what I'm talking about. Now in those 10 months, I lost an additional 30 pounds, taking me to 100 pounds lost. I was around 180 pounds here. But I was in a calorie deficit. People don't understand that unless you are in a calorie deficit, taking Ozempic or taking semaglutide will not help you. And this is where I say that it discounts any hard work that you do, because I have been in a calorie deficit for 3.5 years. Since June 15th, 2020, I have been in an active calorie deficit, working hard every single day to lose over 100 pounds. And because I took a medication for 10 months, all of that is discounted. All Ozempic is a tool. Did it make my binge eating less? Yes. Did it make it easier for my body to not produce so much insulin? Yes. But I still controlled what I put in my body, what I ate, and my own diet. Many people take Ozempic and don't lose a pound because they're not in a calorie deficit. And they say, well, this doesn't work for me, because it's not a miracle drug. Ozempic will slow your stomach emptying so you feel full for longer, but you can still eat and drink whatever you want. In some extreme cases, people have a lot of nausea and that's why they're not eating, but is that maintainable? No. So oftentimes when they come off of Ozempic, they just gain it back because they're not learning proper nutrition and calorie deficits. They don't understand how to fuel their body. So when I say I have done the work, I have done the work. But all of that is always discounted because people say, didn't you take Ozempic? You don't know what you're talking about. And maybe you've gone through this too. Maybe you've lost a lot of weight. Maybe you're considering going on Ozempic, which I highly recommend. Ozempic changed my life. It took away the food noise. It was immensely helpful for my binge eating disorder and my ADHD. and of course PCOS. But I will be forever haunted by people saying, I thought you were on Ozempic whenever I say anything about my weight loss journey, about my body, because all of that hard work will always be tainted with someone saying, didn't you just take Ozempic? Bestie, I wish it was that easy. I wish I just took Ozempic. And if they come out with a magic pill that makes everyone magically lose weight, please give it to me, because that would be so much easier than the last 3.5 years. And this is no hate to the commenter, no hate at all. I'm just so extremely exhausted of my comment sections whenever people say, how did you lose weight? I was in a calorie deficit. I would have lost the weight whether I was on Ozempic or not. Ozempic is a tool. Have I disclosed it? Is it pinned on my page? Yes. But at the end of the day, Ozempic didn't make me lose 100 pounds. I made me lose 100 pounds. My hard work made me lose 100 pounds. My determination helped me lose 100 pounds. And there's absolutely no shame in taking a medication if you need it for weight loss. It's my body, it's my choice. It's your body, it's your choice. We should never ever shame anyone for their medical decisions. But yeah, I definitely regret telling anyone that because it's just haunting me forever. Please be kind.